Students, we are going to do the topic resonance in the series LCR circuit. To understand this topic in a better way, you need to see the previous video of LCR circuit, and while watching this video and other videos also, as the font size you can see is quite small and not quite visible, so you need to keep open your NCERT Physics Class 12 book with you. Okay, I hope pause this video and open your book. We are doing page number 248. Okay. Now, in LCR circuit, as we are dealing with AC voltage, so the direction and the magnitude of the current and voltage in the LCR circuit keeps on changing, keeps on oscillating, and this gives rise to a condition of resonance that we are going to do now. Resonance occurs when the frequency of a vibrating force exactly matches a natural resonant frequency of the object to which the force is applied. You can see the example over here. When this lady is pushing this girl, and when this girl comes here exactly at same time, this lady pushes her. So it means the frequency of this vibrating force, you can assume this woman is also moving to and fro, and it matches the frequency of this swing. So it is swinging like this, and this mother is also exactly at the same time she is pushing this girl. The force is applied. So when this occurs, this swing, the amplitude of this oscillation increase. So, and that is the resonant condition, and resonance occurs. The force can transmit a large amount of energy to the object, leading to a large amplitude vibratory motion. So here, as I told you, that it is the behavior of the current and voltage in the LCR series which gives rise to the condition of resonance. So in case of LCR circuit, there is only one natural frequency, and the vibrating force is provided by the oscillating electric field that is related to the AC voltage source. Now, as this LCR circuit, or you can say RLC circuit, is driven with the velocity, with the voltage, source voltage, whose amplitude is Vm, and frequency omega, we have already found that the current amplitude is given by, so in LCR circuit, current amplitude is given by Im is equals to Vm by Z, where Z is the impedance, just like we have resistance in the pure resistive circuit. And what is the value of this Z? Z is equals to R square plus Xc, capacitive reactance, minus inductive reactance, and whole square of this. And you know the value of Xc is equals to 1 upon omega c, and XL is equals to omega L. So at the resonant frequency we keeps on changing this, suppose keeps on varying, or you can say increasing. So if you are here, it means you are increasing. If you are here, it means you are decreasing, moving towards this resonant frequency. This is the resonant frequency. So keeps on varying the frequency, and ultimately you will reach at a particular frequency where the amplitude of the current is maximum. So keeps on varying the frequency, angular frequency. So at a particular frequency, omega naught, so at this frequency, what you will find that current will become maximum, and so current will only become maximum when the resistance will be minimum. So it means, how can this resistance be minimum? When Xc cancels out XL, because this is a square. So anything over here, whether negative or positive, and squaring it will be a positive quantity. So this, so I want to increase this M, so I want this, so Im is inversely proportional to Z, so I want Z to be minimum so that Im will be maximum. So there is a certain frequency, resonant frequency omega naught, where Xc is equals to XL, or you can say 1 upon omega C. So now instead of C I will write omega naught C, which is the resonant frequency, is equals to omega naught L, and we want to find out the value of omega naught. So taking omega naught that side, omega naught square is equals to 1 upon LC, and omega is equals to 1 upon under the root LC. This is omega naught. So this is the value of resonant frequency that you will need when you will be solving the numericals. So resonant frequency is equals to 1 upon inductance into capacitance, and you know that when Xc is equals to XL, this Im will be equals to, so this is X equals to XL, this the impedance will be this, so it will be cancelled out, X equals to XL, and we are left with Im is equals to Vm upon under the root R square, that is equals to R. So this is what the maximum amplitude is. So here Z is equals to R, so Z equals to R, and this frequency is the resonant frequency, and the current maximum, this is the maximum current, which is, so current amplitude will become maximum. Okay, so now if you look at this diagram has two graphs. So it is the variation of Im over here. So on this axis I have Im, and here I have omega, angular frequency. So this first graph, the taller one, is when resistance is equals to 100 ohm, and this graph, which has lower peak, it has resistance is equals to 200 ohm. So you can clearly see, if resistance is lesser, then obviously current will be greater. So you can see this relation over here, that if R is lesser, I am will be greater. So this is the case here. And this is the omega naught 1. This is mega radians per second. So units of angular velocity is radians per second. So mega means 10 raised to the power 6 radians per second. So at this resonant frequency I am, so on y-axis we have I am, but I am is maximum at resonant frequency. So this is what is written over here also. The variation of I am with omega in an RLC series circuit with L is equals to 1 millihenry, 10 raised to the minus 3 henry, and capacitance is equals to 1 nanofarad, means 1 into 10 raised to the minus 9 farad for two values of R. So first R is equals to 100 ohm and R is equals to 200 ohm for the second graph. For the source voltage applied is 100 volt, same. And angular frequency omega naught for this case is 1 upon under the root LC. So put the value of L and C and you will get the value of omega naught. So we see that the current amplitude is maximum at the resonant frequency. Since I am is equals to Vm by R at the resonance, the current amplitude for case 1 where the resistance is lesser, so as I am is equals to Vm by R, so if this is if this will become twice, so current will also be reduced by half. So that is why this 200 ohm is half for the maximum I am than in case of 100 ohm. So what is the use of this resonant circuit? So resonant circuits are used while tuning a radio or a TV set. So when we tune, so this is what we are doing. So in resonant circuit, while the tuning or radio of a TV set, we use resonant circuits. So while tuning, what we do? We vary the, so as it is the LCR circuit, so we have the capacitor also. So while tuning, we vary the capacitance of the capacitor and such that the resonant frequency of the circuit becomes nearly equal to the frequency of the radio signal received. And in tuning, okay, this is just the repetition. We vary sorry. So this is just the repetition. In tuning, we vary the capacitance such that the resonance frequency of the circuit, it's already written over here, becomes nearly equal to the radio signal received. So when this happens, the amplitude of the current with the frequency of the signal of the particular radio station in the circuit is maximum. So some of the time you can see when you are tuning the radio, then before, like you are tuning 100.1 FM gold, so at 100 you will start listening to the, so this FM radio, and at 100 you will start listening some little voice, but that is not clear, but at 100 it becomes clear, and then again at 100.2 it will become unclear. So here at this is the resonant frequency where I am is maximum, so at 100.1, and this frequency we call omega 1, this frequency we can call omega 2. In this gap is delta omega, and this gap is delta omega. So at frequency omega 1 we have this channel, at frequency omega 2 we have this channel, and frequency omega naught we have loud clear noise. That is the resonance condition. So for resonant condition, as we need to, as Im is equals to Vm by Z, so we need to, and Z is equals to 1 by root R square plus Xc minus XL whole square. So for resonant condition we need to cancel out XL and Xc, so then only it will be equal to Vm by R. So at resonant frequency, so this Im is maximum as this impedance is minimum over here. So resonance phenomena can only be possible when we have LC circuit. We have both inductor and capacitor, both are there in the circuit. If any of one of them is not there in the circuit, then we will not have the resonance phenomena. Now we have sharpness of resonance. So let us see what sharpness of resonance is. So here, as we have just discussed this thing, and Im is maximum over here at this frequency. Look at this frequency. I have just discussed with you omega 1, and at omega 2 Im maximum will be 0.707 Im maximum, or you can say Im maximum divided by root 2. So at this point we will have two frequencies. One is this omega 2, I have written it over here, and here this frequency is omega 1, where the current is 0.7 times the maximum. So this difference between omega naught and omega 1 is delta omega, and this omega 2 and omega naught is delta omega. So this is the bandwidth of the circuit. Omega, delta omega plus delta omega, 2 delta omega is the bandwidth of the circuit. And what is this omega 1? This omega naught plus delta omega, you will get omega 1. How will you get omega 2? Omega naught minus delta omega, you will get omega 2. So this is the bandwidth of the circuit, 2 delta omega. What is the sharpness of resonance? Or you can say quality factor, or you can say selectivity of the circuit. So all three of them are, so quality factor, or you can say selectivity, selectivity of the circuit. So all these three are the same thing. Sharpness of the resonance, which is equals to, which is the ratio of omega naught upon 2 delta omega. So you can clearly see that it is the ratio of angular frequency upon angular frequency units. So units will be same and cancelled out. So sharpness of, it's a ratio and it has no units. So Q has no units, means the quality factor or the sharpness. And higher the sharpness, what we need? We need, so that we get the clear voice in our radio, we want sharpness of resonance, we want quality factor to be high, we want sharpness of resonance to be high, and that is the more selectivity. So here we use the word more selectivity, here we use the word high quality factor, here we use the word more sharpness of resonance. So, and we can also write it this equals to Q. So bringing Q this side and 2 delta omega that side. So bandwidth, this is the bandwidth of the circuit. So this is the bandwidth of the circuit, which is equals to 2 delta omega. So this can be written as omega naught upon Q. So you want sharpness of resonance, you want high quality factor, you want more selectivity of the circuit. So for this you can clearly see that this R is inversely proportional to Q. So if you want this to be high, you want R to be low. And what about L? You want L to be high. So quality factor is directly proportional to L and inversely proportional to R. So larger value of Q means, and here also you need smaller value of 2 delta omega. So smaller is the value of 2 delta omega, or smaller is the value of the bandwidth, then only Q will be larger. So Q is equals to omega naught upon 2 delta omega, which is the sharpness of resonance, and ultimately equals to omega naught L by R. So you want, if you want high quality factor, you need the bandwidth, this is the bandwidth, you want it to be low, you want the resistance to be low, but you want the inductance to be high. So more sharper the resonance, more is the selectivity of the circuit. So more is the sharpness, more is the selectivity. So that is why these three things, sharpness of resonance, quality factor, and more selectivity. So these three are the same sort of quantities. So more is the selectivity of the circuit. So that's not the physical quantity. Quality factor and sharpness are the physical quantities. This is about the selectivity. So quality factor is large when R is low, L is high, and circuit will be more selective. Thank you for watching this video.